Hey, boys and girls, it's Miss Holub. We are going to watch a read aloud called Decibella. And I want you to pay attention to what her voice sounds like. What does her voice sound like? And why do you think we're going to read this book? I'll give you a hint. It's about how we sound in school. Okay, so I can't wait for you to enjoy it. And I will see you in a little bit after the video because we're going to talk about how we apply that sound to when we're learning in school. Okay? All right, see you then. Bye for now.
Hello, kid time story timers. I'm storyteller. Hello, Olivia the ostrich. In acting, as you all know, I'm a classically trained actress at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts. We learn something very important. What is that, Olivia? To control our voice as an instrument. Too loud, random rooster. Too loud. Perhaps you will benefit from a little read of Decibella and the 6-inch voice. Well, perhaps Random Rooster would benefit, and perhaps somebody else out there as well. Many, many ears, I hear, have been saved by this book. What? You're asking me? We'll see. We'll see. Are you a Decibella? Do you know a Decibella in your life? My name is Isabella, but sometimes people call me Decibella, and I have no idea why. I like the name Isabella much better. Ooh, look at that big mouth. I'm done with my test. Shh, Decibella, shh. Do you have any books about squirrels and monkeys? Shh, Decibella, shh. I lost my place on the page. Mom, I'm home. Shh, Decibella. Shh. Hi, Grandma. Shh, Decibella. Oh, poor Grandma. When somebody yells into the phone when it's right up to your ear, ouch. I'll have the smiley face pancakes. Whoa. Tina dropped her order form, and this poor fellow over here, I think he dropped his fork because he was trying to dig into his pancakes. Whew. It's a loud morning at the pancake palace when Decibella's there. Isn't that one of your students? Pass the popcorn, please. Shh. Oof. Well, today my teacher asked me to stay in for recess so we could have a little chat. Isabella, I'm proud of you for doing so well on your social studies test, and your book report on squirrel monkeys was one of the very best. But today, we need to talk about how to make a better choice. Sometimes you talk way too loud, and you need to lower your voice. It's important that you speak loud enough for those who need to hear. But you don't want to speak so loud that people cover their ears. It kind of bugs others when your voice is way too loud. Sometimes you need to talk softer, and I can show you how. Oh, I loved how she put that. That is very, very thoughtful and considered. She's going to show her. Because clearly, Isabella does not know. Now, most of the time, when we are working in the classroom, you need to use your 6-inch voice. What's that? Your 6-inch voice is halfway between your whisper voice and your table talk voice. My what? Isabella, you have 5 voice volumes, and you get to decide which one works best for you and others when you're trying to get things done. There's whisper, 6-inch, table talk, strong speaker, and outside. Let's use the word slurpadoodle and give each of them a try. Slurpa what? Okay, we're still working on it, Ms. Kramer. We're still working on it. But did you see how clever the writer and the illustrator whisper, 6-inch, table talk, strong speaker, outside. It's very clear. Table talk. Let's start in the middle. Say slurpadoodle in your table talk voice. That's the voice that I'm using now. It's your regular talking voice. Slurpadoodle. This is the voice you will use the most. It's how people talk on TV. It's not too loud, and it's not too soft. It's as regular as can be. Use your table talk voice when you're hanging out with your friends at the mall, talking on the phone, or to others at the dinner table. That's where it gets its name, see? Table talk, because you're talking right next to the person right next door. No need to scream. They're right there. Their ears are working just fine. Unless you yell at them too much, then their ears will not start working so well. Now, outside. Now, shout Slurpadoodle as loud as you can. Slurpadoodle! Did you just yell with me? Did I just hear you yell? Slurpadoodle! This is what your outside voice sounds like. You can hear it from far away. Use it to cheer on your team at a game or when you go outside to play. Now that makes sense, right? Because you're outside. You need your voice to carry far, far away. Okay. I'm getting this. Teacher's really good. Okay, so we're still outside. Now, when you bring your outside voice inside, it gets you into trouble. Unless, there's always a but. Unless, of course, you have an emergency and you need to call for help. Like last week when you accidentally got your hair caught in the door. Help! Oh, yeah, that's an emergency. Yeah. Now, strong speaker. Oh, look, like she's actually speaking. Yeah, this is a good setup for strong speaker. Now, find the voice that is halfway between your table talk voice and your outside voice and use it to say Slurpadoodle. Slurpadoodle. This is your strong speaker voice. Your strong speaker voice is the voice that you use when you need to talk to a group. You need to breathe in deep and stand up tall, speak strong, and try not to stoop. Well, because that's good. Good posture is good for the air you need to fill your lungs, to be a strong speaker. You're not yelling at people, but you're speaking loud enough for them to hear your voice. Use your strong speaker voice when you need to be a speaker, like when you're giving an oral report in class or acting in a play. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Now, let's go back to the middle again. Say Slurpadoodle in your table talk voice. Slurpadoodle. Perfect. Very good. Isabella's doing very well. Oh, now, whisper Slurpadoodle. Slurpadoodle. Isabella, this is what your whisper voice sounds like. It's the softest voice you can make. You have to be right next to the people you're talking to or they cannot hear what you say. Use your whisper voice when you're trying to be quiet in the library, when you need to ask me a question during a test, or when you're in a movie theater and you need to talk, but you don't want to bother the other people around you who are trying to watch the show. Excellent examples are, when you're watching a movie and it's a really good part of it, somebody talks and you get distracted and then you miss something on the screen. You don't want to be that person. Or during the test time and everybody's focusing and working hard on a problem and then somebody interrupts, and suddenly you're thrown off and you're wasting time and maybe the test is timed. You don't want to be that guy. 6-inch. The 6-inch voice. Now, find your voice that's halfway between your table talk voice and your whisper voice and use it to say Slurpadoodle. Okay, so we're...
All right, can everybody do that? Find your 6-inch voice halfway between tabletop and outside voice. Did you find it? Okay, here we go.
Between the table talk voice and between the whisper voice, so we say Slurpadoodle. This is your 6-inch voice. This means if the person is more than 6 inches away from you, he can't hear your voice. 6 inches is about the distance from your pinky to your thumb. Wow, I'm learning a lot here. So place your thumb on your chin like this. Okay, I'm doing it now. Are you doing it with me? Place your thumb on your chin like this and see if we can have some fun. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Now, most of the time when you're working in class, I need you to use your 6-inch voice because people can hear you pretty close up. That's a really good experiment, actually. It's kind of fun. And when everyone uses their 6-inch voice, our class starts to buzz. Nobody makes too much noise, and our work gets done because we can talk and work and still stay on track, and our voices don't bug each other. A buzzing classroom sings. And guess what? We're working with one another. Isabella, you're in charge of how loud you are. You get to control your own voice. And now that you are a voice volume expert, I know you can make the right choice. Whisper, 6-inch, table talk, strong speaker, outside. I'm done with my assignment. Thank you, Isabella, for using your 6-inch voice while we are working in the classroom. Do you have any books about 3-toed sloths? Thank you, Isabella, for using your whisper voice in the library. My report today is about the planet Mars. Isabella, I love the way you use your strong speaker voice when you gave your oral report. Hi, Grandma. Hi, Isabella. It's so great to hear your voice and not get blown away. Ready or not, here I come. I just love it when I can be as loud as I want. Ta-da! Voice volume expert. Now that I'm a voice volume expert, I think about what voice to use. My 6-inch voice works best in class, but when I'm outside, I get to choose. That's right, and that makes her much more fun to be around. Go team! I never bring my outside voice inside because it's way too loud. Unless I'm at a basketball game and I am cheering with the crowd. Go, 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 go! Now, other kids don't call me Decibella. Not anymore, because I know what voice to use. There's whisper, there's 6-inch, there's table talk, strong speaker, and outside I get to choose. Mom! Of course, I can use my outside voice inside if there's an emergency, like last week when I caught my hair in the door. Again. Oh, that was a true emergency. Oh, yeah. She's going to have to maybe get, I don't know, like a little hair thingy or something, because that's happening to that poor kid a lot. And that was the story of Decibella, 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 Decibella. Have you learned nothing, Random Rooster? Much better. Look at that. If Random Rooster can do it, so can you. See you next time, child, on Kid Time Story Time. Nicely done.
I hope you enjoyed that reading of Decibella. What did you learn in that story? So, to help, I have created some pictures that you can look at when it's time to do independent work. So, for example, when it's morning meeting, this is what you will see on the screen. So you know you're at school, not at home. It has a picture of this. What does this mean? Very good. Level 1, quiet voice, right? And what's the activity? It says morning meeting. So we're sitting with our iPad. Do we go to the bathroom? No, that's right. But can you participate? Can you dance when it's time to dance? Absolutely. What about when it's time for Google Class and you're on your iPad? What does that look like? What about when you're on your iPad for Starfall? What does that look like? You can sit or stand, that's right, sit or stand. And then this is going to tell you what you're working on. So right now, what should we be working on? Starfall, because it's circle. But if we moved it to Teacher Monster, then what time would it be? Teacher Monster, exactly. And the movement piece says let me see if you can see it. You may go to the restroom if there's no one in the restroom. Okay, and then last but not least, what does the conversation look like? That's right, quiet. When we're on our iPad, we're quiet. We're not talking. That's right. What about when Miss Holub is talking? When she is projecting something, or Miss Mendoza, or maybe another teacher like Miss Rawson is presenting something on the Promethean board. What do you think? Oh, what do you think? Before I do it, what do you think? What conversation level? Is it talking, or let's see if you're right. You're right. Conversation is this. Why? Why should we be quiet? If you're talking, can you hear the important words that are coming out of the teacher's mouth? No. This applies to when it's share time. Like when it's another student, when it's their turn to share, like if it's Natalia's turn to share, who should we be looking at? Natalia, you're so smart. You're so smart. Kiss your brain. Kiss your heart. And look, there's a picture just to remind us of whole body listening. Remember? Eyes are looking, ears are listening, voices are shh, body is calm. This is how we listen. This is how we listen all day long. All day long. Right? And then what's your job? Yeah, listen. And there's one more. Can you see? The little boy is thinking. That's called a think bubble. He's thinking. Remember, Miss Holmes says put your thinking caps on? So when it's time to look at the Promethean board, you're thinking about what you're seeing. Okay? And there's also this picture for you if we forget what that looks like. Okay? Feet are down and still. Hands are still. Remember hand sandwich? Mouth is quiet. Ears are listening. Eyes are looking. And brain is thinking. Remember thinking cap. Thinking. All right, and there's one more. I saved the best for last. This one, what conversation do you think it is when it's time for Blue Basket? What do you think? Can you talk when it's Blue Basket time? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Let's see if you're right. Conversation, yes, you can talk. But can we talk really loud like Decibella was talking, or do we use our inside voice? We use our inside voice. That's right. We use our inside voice. And we can sit or stand or sit and read in our what? In our book boat. That's right. And how can we read? I can look at the pictures to read the story, right? I can look at the pictures. Ooh, what's that picture? What's he doing? Who's he riding on? Where's he at? He's in a boat. Does anybody know what boat this is? Where the wild things are. Very good. And remember, you can pick from any of the activities that are in your Blue Basket. Ms. Holt will be giving out manila paper to do drawing. Remember, use both sides of the paper. We want to reuse. We want to be good conservers of energy. We want to recycle. So use both sides of the paper. Okay? Can you get up and go to the bathroom? Yes. The movement piece is yes, as long as you are what? As no one is in there, and you are you're making sure that you leave the door open after you go, and you're of course washing your hands, right? To the happy birthday song. Okay. When you are independently working, can you ask for help? Yes, you can always raise your hand, but if Miss Holub is with a student, what happens? Can we ask our question if Miss Holub is with a student? What do you think? Let's find out. if Miss Holub is with a student, when is it okay to interrupt Miss Holub? When she's with a student, it is not okay. When is it okay? When there is a fire or a fire drill, right? What's this picture of? Yep, if you need a Band-Aid, right, you can go interrupt Miss Holub if you need a Band-Aid. That means you hurt yourself. And what's the last one? Or if someone else hurt themselves and they're not asking for a Band-Aid or help, then you absolutely can ask for them if they're not going, because that's being kind and you're caring about that person, okay? If something is wrong with them and you're helping them by asking the teacher. Who is this? I don't know if anybody knows this movie star. Starts with what letter? Can y'all see that letter? Z for Zac Efron. That's who this is. If you ever saw High School Musical, that's who that is. So if Zac Efron comes to town and your mama told you that he's in town, you better let me know, because I need to make a call, because I need to leave for a little bit. If you see his face walking down the hall with Miss Mendoza, you better stop. Let Miss Holub know. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So let's review. If Zac Efron comes to town, if you're hurt and need a Band-Aid, or if there is a beep, 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 beep fire drill, or if there is actual fire, right? Emergency. Okay? One other one that I need to put a picture on here, I just thought of, is if there is a person you don't know, and they are talking to you, and they don't introduce themselves as someone who works here. If they don't have a badge, you know how Miss Holub shows you her badge? Mine's in the car now. Then you need to leave. You need to say, I need to find my teacher, okay? Because that's what we call stranger danger. So if you're at recess, of course, Miss Holub won't be in groups at that point, but just so you know, that's important. If you don't know who that is, you need to go find your teacher, Miss Mendoza, Miss Holub, or if there's a substitute teacher for that day. Okay? All righty. Remember, only if you're hurt, the alarm, beep, 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 or Zac Efron. That's the only time we interrupt Miss Holub. Not to go to the bathroom, not telling me about your weekend. I want to hear about it, I do, but now's not the time, because I'm working with another you. Could be with Adelina, could be with Aiden. I'm working with another student, could be Carlos. Okay? All righty. I hope you enjoyed the book Desabella. And let's remember to use our inside ears for listening and voices quiet so we can have success. All right? That's all I have for today. Bye, boys and girls. See you later.